his arrest, Gervonta "Tank" Davis was charged with misdemeanor domestic violence. Weeks later, prosecutors confirmed that the alleged victim declined to move forward with the case, and all charges against Davis were officially dropped.
Tank Davis was arrested once more. Gervonta "Tank" Davis is back in the news for all the wrong reasons, just when fans thought the mayhem was behind him. Davis isn't throwing punches in the ring just weeks before the most anticipated fight of his career, a multi-million-dollar Netflix clash versus Jake Paul. He is defending himself in court against allegations.
What's it's your ex. I don't know what it is. I'm pretty sure you know what's up.
Oh no. What? What is your former partner? Bro, I have no idea what it is. You probably understand what's going on. A purported attack at a Miami strip club on October 27th has completely derailed his career momentum and shocked the boxing world, according to recently obtained court records. The facts of the accusations, which come from a woman who says she dated Davis for 5 months, are explosive. What began as a glamorous build-up to fight week has now devolved into a nightmare of restraining orders, lawsuits, public indignation, and a $40 million catastrophe that may potentially terminate Tank's ascent to fame.
Thanks real quick. You gotta be the dumbest dude, in the history of boxing, bro. $40 million, dog, down the drain. You gotta be the dumbest dude I've ever seen in the history of boxing, bro.
What actually transpired inside that strip club is the question that everyone is asking. And how could one night turn into a chaotic courtroom that cost Gervonta Davis everything? A temporary injunction has been granted against Davis after a series of alleged violent episodes involving his ex-girlfriend, Courtney Russell, according to court documents, as reported by USA Today Sports. Russell, a VIP server at Tootsie's Cabaret in Miami Gardens, claims Davis has assaulted her several times in recent months.
Yeah, but I'm a bit of man.
No, yeah, it's gonna be man. But I just don't.
She's not holding back either, reportedly suing the boxing star for over $100,000 in civil court, alleging abuse and emotional distress. The incident allegedly occurred on October 27th at Russell's nightclub, where she claims Davis acted aggressively. A few days later, the court approved her request for a restraining order, restricting his contact and proximity. The case is still open.
Again, we just bring you in here. The one that I think wants to speak to you.
The Miami Gardens Police Department stated that the case is still under investigation and could lead to additional charges. A full hearing is scheduled for November 12th to decide whether the temporary injunction will become permanent. This incident sent shockwaves through the boxing world, as the highly anticipated Davis vs. Jake Paul fight, set for November 14th in Miami and streamed exclusively on Netflix, collapsed overnight after the lawsuit surfaced.
We pulled up to Tootsie's and a girl dragged her through the parking lot and in the face, and it's like, bro.
Okay.
Like,
wait, but how do you know that happened?
it's a lawsuit. Miami-Dade is coming. There's video, like everything, bro. He did this public. Like, you have to understand, this guy was sober.
One of the most lucrative promotions came to a sudden halt as Jake Paul's team announced that the fight would no longer proceed, emphasizing the need to handle the situation responsibly. The reaction was immediate and intense. Jake Paul took to X, formerly Twitter, posting one of his harshest public statements, expressing deep frustration and condemning Davis's actions. His outrage reflected months of tension and the weight of the ongoing allegations.
Jake Paul, Gervonta "Tank" Davis, the fight is in jeopardy. There's another, yes, I said another domestic abuse allegation against Gervonta Davis, and that may either destroy, postpone, change the entire event.
Sources close to the promotion indicate that Davis had been causing friction behind the scenes, making strange requests, and arriving late to shoots. As a result, Davis's potential $40 million payout completely collapsed, and what was beginning to be the largest boxing crossover in years came to an end.
Baltimore boxer Gervonta Davis is making headlines for breaking up a fistfight outside of a Dallas strip club. According to TMZ, Davis, seen wearing a black shirt, was leaving the club when he saw the fight and ran over to try and break it up. They say that one of the guys was hit in the face, but according to the club owner, no one was seriously injured. Davis is a two-time super featherweight world.
Court documents outline Roselle's claims of repeated aggression and threats from Davis over several months, alleging multiple incidents and messages that left her with lasting emotional distress.
Davis getting a heavy escort before bonding out of jail. Now some are asking, was this special treatment? Local 10's Leanne Motorhong is outside the jail in West Miami-Dade with much.
The judge granted Roselle a temporary injunction ahead of the November 12th hearing to decide if it becomes permanent, citing the seriousness of her allegations. A ruling against Davis could impact his freedom, fight license, and career. However, Davis's team argues there's more to the story, suggesting Jake Paul may have used the controversy as a reason to withdraw from a fight he wasn't ready for.
People like Coach Kenny, Gervonta Tank Davis's coach, saying that Jake Paul was afraid of his life after sparring Ray Ford and Shakur Stevenson, some of the top-level southpaws in the game.
Tank celebrated online as Kenny Ellis, Davis's assistant coach, claimed Jake Paul wasn't ready or willing to face a real fighter, calling his responsible explanation an excuse to back out.
Absolutely did not happen. I've never laid a finger on a girl without their permission. And it's devastating to be accused of...
Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Should this fight have been canceled? The Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight wasn't canceled, but let me know what y'all think, man.
Weeks before the controversy, there were signs that Paul's training, weight, and schedule were off. Ellis claimed the lawsuit's timing and the fight's cancellation were convenient excuses to back out. Fans and media, however, were split. Some sided with Davis, calling it a setup to ruin his career, while others criticized Paul, seeing the drama as part of the boxing world. Timothy Bradley, a boxing expert and former world champion, didn't hold back. He said, "You got to be the dumbest dude in the history of boxing," in a video that went viral overnight. $40 million was wasted. Common sense cannot be taught. He obviously lacks it.
Don't think real quick. You gotta be the dumbest dude, in the history of boxing, bro. $40 million, dog, down the drain. You gotta be the dumbest dude I've ever seen in the history of boxing, bro. Seriously. I'm like, $40 million, bro. Wealth. Literally wealth, bro. Going down the drain. I don't understand it. I can't make the... I don't understand it.
Next was Clarissa Shields, the self-described greatest woman of all time. She informed her fans that Tank's history with domestic problems has always been known, so nobody should be surprised. This is not the first, second, or third time that something similar has surfaced. Don't be shocked, she said. Everyone knew, including Jake Paul. Her remark now resonated, because one thing is certain, regardless of your opinion on Tank's guilt or innocence, his reputation is coming up with him, and this is not his first controversy.
I can't even believe this stuff, bro. Like, I cannot believe that Jake Paul and Tank is canceled. I did not see that coming. Actually, I did when I heard about what was going on. But, hey, he said Gervonta Davis is an actual walking human piece of garbage. Working with him is an absolute nightmare. The unprofessionalism, the bizarre requests, the showing up hours late to shoots, the numerous arrests and related accusations and lawsuits.
Even loyal Davis fans began questioning if he was becoming a cautionary tale of lost opportunities. Meanwhile, Jake Paul was already planning his next move, which could shape the next phase of his career. By early November, Most Valuable Promotions confirmed that Netflix still had a major 2025 streaming event with Paul as the main attraction, just with a different opponent. True to his style, he gave no hints about what was coming next.
You support this man, you support the most vile sin a man can commit. I didn't want to give this woman abuser a platform to grow his fans and to grow his bank account. My company champions women.
Jake Paul revealed talks for a potential fight with Anthony Joshua, aiming to boost his boxing career. Meanwhile, Davis faced legal troubles, sponsor withdrawals, and a tarnished image, struggling with the consequences of his past actions. Gervonta Davis, once seen as the next Mayweather, now fights for his reputation and career amid legal battles, while Jake Paul moves on to new opportunities. Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to Knockout Updates for the latest boxing news.